I got the stinger put back on it. Added some, I guess it's all soldered, brazed, whatever. Added some little speaker grill type stuff on it. Looks really nice. And got the brass side plates on. Had to remove the little triangulation pieces that I made for down here, which those were temporary anyway. Yeah, it looks nice on the outside. A lot of the inner structure is still really rough. I'm not going to worry about it. There's a spot here and here on the other side, same area. I didn't put no solder there, and it is open in here, in this area. I can get an X-Acto blade in between there, and I did that because there's a space between the bar and the top here on both sides, so I just figured they kind of match. So other than that, I didn't do anything to the truck chassis. That one's still just the way it is. I got that one the Jeep's pretty much set up, the Willys. But I did want to show, I did something to my do-rock that I want to show. Let me move the Willys. Figured since I was doing soldering and brazing and stuff, and I've got all this brass on here, I might as well make a kind of a skid. So I did that. It's just brass rod, well, tubing. It's really thin tubing, I think. No, this is solid rod. I don't have the tubing. Yeah, this is solid rod. But yeah, it just does not touch, but it's so close. I had to take the little drive shaft skid off to braze that on. So, and it should just kind of skip right over rocks that it hangs up on usually. I might put a plate on it, I don't know yet. So I might make one for the back. This do-rock weighs 141 grams now, all in, everything there, 141 grams. So, heavy. Let's see, what else did I do? I put my small tires and axles back on my blue Jeep, and the wide axles, exo-1 axles, back on the gamey. Got it setting on the low shocks. I like the way it looks. I put stiffer springs on it, so with it holding the air in the tires, with the bearing weights in there, it's got some bounce to it. It'll be kind of a fun little bouncer. I took the brass weights off of the brass rods off of the upper links. Yeah. No drive shafts on it yet. They're in a bag sitting here somewhere. No motor, nothing. You know, everybody knows. But yeah, it's not a flexible thing anymore. Set up like this, it'll bounce like insanity. And the blue Jeep's back to my softened tires. So the Raptor tires. Cut Raptors. No major articulation, more of a scalar type build. I have extra heavy springs on the tow truck in the back now, so not too much articulation in the rear. Still has lots of articulation in the front. It's a tow truck. It's got to have some stiffness in the rear to do its job, you know. But yeah, the stinger on this came out awesome. I'm really liking that. This back, it kind of has an angry eye look with the way these bars angle down. The camera's not focusing right, but these bars right here angle down. Makes it look a little aggressive. So nice and polished out brass. Just polished it up with a wire brush. Those little side hoops came off when I was putting the brass plates on. I spent the better part of an hour and a half putting them back on. It was a pain. I'm almost out of round staples. The recycled staples I'm using, I said staples, paper clips. Some of them have flat, like half of the box was flat edged. I hope that shows up, but there's a flat edge all the way around them. So, and yes, my fingers are completely charred up from this. that's soldering and buffing, and yeah, a lot of burns. You can actually see the burns on this one. I have kind of numb fingers anyway. Anyway, I'm down to one round paper clip, and I've already straightened it, but I've got to come up with a way to triangulate this transmission mount area to the chassis, because right now there's just nothing in here. The only thing that's going to hold it is the transmission itself. So I've got to triangulate that, get that back together. I didn't like the little pieces that I had on it before. Those were temporary, as I had said before anyway. So yeah, once I figure that out, I'll probably be more satisfied with it. I like the way the transmission drop sits, and it turned out looking really good. So anyway, I'll make some more progress later. It's late and I'm going to bed. I just wanted to show what I've done a little bit. Wasn't much, but anyway, thanks for the views, comments, likes, everything.